Oh, I did hit it. Well, I didn't think I hit the button. It could be that picture. But then it could be the incoming zombie apocalypse genocide. I don't know. But after our first bonus video, which, holy smokes, did that ghost reaction go way better than I thought. Upsetting for some. That was a blast. And if that doesn't wrap up a lot of talking points and help me move on, who knew I was supposed to do that one? Now, this is straight out of the comments, so that's why it was so awesome that it fit into my day. And I don't know what we're getting. I don't know nothing. Let's go. Well, I mean, with a title like that, this is probably a good channel to listen to this song. That I know.
It must be made very obvious to the civilian that his welfare and safety are of great concern to his government. What is being done? Restrict the flow of essential products and goods. Money.
What? Scarcity? Scarcity? Control the money, control the food? Imply scarcity is everywhere? Corral the cattle? What? That was a lot from one thing. Holy shit.
Restrict the flow of essential products and goods. Money. The people should be made to realize the necessity for them.
Behold the new world, days of the dead. We brainwashed by the bullshit we fed, misled by the government that made the virus spread through the TV and words being said. People are zombies under hypnosis, make the metamorphosis by feeble forces. Wake up, go to work, make no progress. Clock out, go to sleep, same old process.
Now, oh, yes, I agree with 80-90% of everything said there. This channel would like to look at the 10%. Because we're on a theme of getting hailing the apocalypse, and whether that's a Darwinian start over from cave dwellings or Luciferian what is it? Babylonian, Sumerian, Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgameshian tale, damn it. See why it took me 2 takes to get that morning thing. My point is, what's my point? I think there still has to be a trade. There's going to be a trade system. They say doctors and this and that, and you have to think back to how did we get here, not what's the fantasy med bed's going to cure. Because Ange finally stumbled across that. And maybe, but I've never seen that. I certainly don't buy into that conspiracy theory. But I think the whole middle actually stabilized, saved. I guess if having a nice house, nice yard, nice kids, trips, parties, events, holidays, and basically a pretty fulfilling life, if that's no good, then yeah, this is 100% true. But I gotta believe a lot of people really like that stuff, and it seems like we always gravitate towards building these sort of communities, even at hunter-gatherer period, which we might get knocked back to if we keep hailing the apocalypse. Oh, this day is coming together good.
Forces, wake up, go to work, make no progress. Clock out, go to sleep, same old process. Get your mortgage and break your backs. Make you pay for your banks and tax. Groundhog Day till the day you collapse. Too blind to see no.
Yeah, but then a lot of people actually bought the right house. I know, but I'm just saying, to be fair, gain the equity, then they flip that house. I mean, here's the thing. We certainly can't create an environment where you have to go viral on TikTok to make something of yourself, and then everyone else gets a free bug paste in their isolation tube in their 15-minute city. And that blueprint is already in place being worked forward. So when I push back against any talk of, let's say, who owes who what, I'm arguing that we don't even have time to play that revenge scenario anymore. We will all have the cricket paste isolation tube in the 15-minute city if we can't get past all that petty bullshit. That Hegelian dialect is what's allowed this all to get this far, right? In my personal opinion, for entertainment, fuck. You're taking it too fucking seriously, and then it's time to go, right? That's the truth. I'm not that guy. I don't get to change the world. But the moment we get off the fucking hate cycle and get on, or point it at the same people who are lining up or imposing, so the imprisoner and the willingly imprisoned, cricket paste, isolation tube, 15-minute city. Lines are drawn everywhere. The moment we realize the lines are drawn, we can address the battle plans.
Freedom only traps, they the cause of your premature deaths. Man-made diseases, drugs like cigarettes. Who you think is blood in the...
All right, now, yep, damn it. I'm a hypocrite. I admit it. Let's go.
Diseases, drugs like cigarettes. Who you think is blood in the projects? Who you think is fucking with your conscience?
Oh, I know who. And I'm glad I smoke, because I smoke and embrace the hypocrisy. I don't like it, but I have to live with it. I also get to reference the artisan farmers, or farm loophole in America, artisan farmers in the cobalt mines. So, as this kills me, sure, I accept that. I also think, what a good talking point that I know the elites want to get rid of, so fuck them. They can do whatever they want. I don't care what they think. I get to talk about the parts that they love, and I don't have to embrace the parts that they want to push on us, reflecting back on that Hegelian dialect and the divide, conquer, scarcity narrative. I'm just tired of that fucking shit. I live in the country. Get out of the cities. Yep, you got to put in a 40 plus. If we get bombed back to the hunter-gatherer period, you're going to be chopping and piling rocks like you're playing a fucking survival game. It's going to be like Rust. The problem with that is 14-year-old kids are going to kill us all, then raid our shit.
Be a zombie, don't be a puppet. Don't believe when they blame it on the prophet. It ain't about religion, it's all about profit. Bullshit taxes, how many cop it? Don't be a zombie, don't be a puppet. Don't believe when they blame it on the prophet.
So, once again, how old is this? So, for the time, I think this is fire, and get a different thought process going. Super fucking glad I was asked to do it. Because it's going to be a carbon credit, right? Mike D is on my... So Mike D got me inspired right now. Anybody out there, say hi to Mike D in the comments if you would. Let him know if you appreciate reading any of the shit he's talking about. I do, and 100% cosign. I think you don't get a choice. Aren't they literally trying to wrangle in Bitcoin, the last supposed bastion of free money? And then, which I never understood how they sold that in one way, because doesn't it ensure an active power grid and traceable ones and zeros on a deep dive into computer memory? I don't know. Maybe I don't have that figured out. Maybe it's an actual coin that you can put in your purse. But if power grid goes down everywhere, what happens to your crypto? Is it in your pocket? How do you slip that into the computer at the ATM when it's melted into a puddle? But I don't think so. I think we're getting a carbon-based social credit score so they can cut off your ability to purchase, or if you'd like the mythological side, mark of the beast, because then this whole system covers actually, like I've tried to been saying here, Darwin to biblical text. It covers all bases. It works out the best.
It ain't about religion, it's all about profit. Bullshit taxes, how many cop it? Pop your pills, cut your life short. Fuck your brain up with the white that you snort. The same kind of drugs your government import. Guns get shipped, but you're searched at the airport. It's bullshit, we die and they quit.
Unless you are private. Got a private jet, private everything, you get to bypass all that because, see, somehow there's a two-tiered system. The moment the divide and conquer. So here's the thing. You just had politicians come out with straight fucking faces and say there's not a two-tiered system. So then why don't the private jets, why don't they get their balls squeezed? Yep, I'm spicy, but I want to know why rich people don't get their fucking balls squeezed. Why aren't you looking up their asses? How much of the human trafficking is taking place on their private fucking jets? Until society says, holy shit, that's a two-tiered system. They're never going to get changed. They're going to get their bug paste isolation tube in 15-minute city, and then robot security guards that will mercilessly, it's a fucking robot, you lose.
Get rid of the Taliban and make heroin.
Oh. And I agree with some of the progressive stuff in this. And some of this stands the test of time to this fucking moment in history. So this is solid.
Just thought the same kind of drugs your government import. Guns get shipped, but you're searched at the airport. It's bullshit, we die and they quit. Get rid of the Taliban and make heroin. We need vaccines and poisons within. We the fucked up crackheads,
so true.
Kingpin. Cameras everywhere, airports, fingerprints. We prisoners, 80 years max bids. The only difference is we don't wear outfits. Welcome to a global form of Auschwitz. Police state, but the zombies are not awake.
Prison planet. I'm sure that's why they had to get rid of all of that and put it underground, which people still listen. Like I said, I read paper pamphlets in prison about no-fly zones in concentration camps up in Canada. And I read that back in 92. So it isn't like any person today to say, 25 and under, you got a main line on this shit. Remember, all of these ideas have been demonized so we don't talk about them. It's not provably fictional. They just put a disclaimer on there because of the fallacy of appeal to authority. I tell everybody all the time, man, you fucking believe in Wikipedia, you're talking about a bought and paid website. With observably false and daily changes to narrative, indoctrination, and propaganda. But people keep like, oh, that's the authority. I remember when people like, if Snopes didn't think it was true, I was like, you're shitting me, right? They don't know their ass. They didn't know their ass. They're from their hole in the ground since fucking 9/11 on. How could anybody believe that shit? And that's the point. Keep us distracted. Keep us fucking running around in circles. If everything ends up at flat earth, man, you screwed.
Welcome to a global form of Auschwitz. Police state, but the zombies are not awake. Too busy with the money that they trying to make. Too blind to see the outbreak. It's a war on your mind, but mine they'll never take. Don't be a zombie, don't be a puppet. Don't believe when they blame it on the prophet. It ain't about religion, it's all about profit. Bullshit taxes, how many cop it? Don't be a zombie, don't be a puppet. Don't believe when they blame it on the prophet. It ain't about religion, it's all about profit.
There, at this mind control seat, I'm going to say this. So what I'm always bitching about is this. So you go back to the Stone Age, and you build back up the hunter-gatherer. Now, let's say you have some retained knowledge. So your medicine men and your tribal chieftains, which are usually, or princesses, either way, or squirrelkin spirits, usually the alpha of the bunch, because you're back to hunter-gatherer, so you and your pointy sticks are only so good. The bear is now... doesn't need cocaine to be an apex predator. It's the fucking apex predator. The wolves, they got your number. You can't have babies. They pull, the fucking badger pulls your baby off in the middle of the night and eats it. So, someone who can deal with all that shit, obviously going to run your shit. Person who can kind of deal with your crazy, your psychopic, the people with psychos, right? You're sick, you're psychos, and your fringe, they're all going to be the realm of the medicine man, shaman, priest, or what do they call it now? Psychological intervention officer. So it's going to be that person, right? They're going to deal with the crazy. Chieftain, princess, squirrelkin god is going to have the rest of us like chopping trees and doing other shit. We're going to build up. Now, eventually, medicine person's going to have to fix the leg of tree chopping squirrelkin supporter. Squirrelkin supporter's going to go get some nuts, some berries, or something because fucking natural law says I want to repay your goodwill. Birth of an exchange system. Then, how do we stop it from being exploited? But your exchange system is always going to take place because it resonates with human nature and natural law. Would we really want Neuralink to turn that off? Because I want to be grateful when someone helps me. I want to show my love to those who deserve it and my contempt to those who earned it.
Nothing bullshit taxes, how many cop it?
I guess it should be blunt, obvious, what I thought. Very cool. Let's go and do some more. Oh, the second bonus is going to be much later. It turns out there when we visit the money game and we figure out that it's all a thieves' banquet, both second versions of those songs. We'll also check the channel to see if we've visited the fact they create billion-dollar babies. And if they haven't, we'll introduce and we'll talk about that. And if I have done that one, I'll figure something else out. Genocide, zombies, obviously I like that shit.